Let's now in fact also talk to Mr. Satyanand, this activist who has been fighting for justice in this case for a long time now. Sir, if you could tell us, what does this verdict mean to you? Some are calling it historic, others are saying too little, too late.
This verdict sets a very sad precedent. In fact, this verdict will encourage hazardous corporations and their officials to go ahead and kill more people and maim them, because they can get away so easy. Because the disaster like Bhopal, if it could be converted into something like a traffic accident, then the others, what about people killing 10 people here, about people dying, no one would pay attention to that. They can get away with murder. In fact, today's verdict is like a judicial disaster, because it is giving corporations, hazardous corporations, a free rein on the lives and health of people in India.
But sir, where does the blame lie? Because the court would argue that the Supreme Court ruled in 1996 that charges of culpable homicide not amounting to murder did not stick, and therefore the Supreme Court cannot be overruled. This particular court cannot exceed its jurisdiction, can it? So would you say the blame essentially lies with the CBI, which did not seek enhancement of charges?
Exactly. When Justice Amity totally illegally passed this order that yes, we should dilute the charges, did CBI protest against this? Did they file for a revision? No. The CBI sat quiet most of the time. Union Carbide Corporation, while absconding, they sold their technology in this country, their intellectual property, whereas all property was supposed to be confiscated. And yet, Union Carbide sold its technology through Dow Chemical to the Reliance Industries. That's the Jamnagar refinery is based on Union Carbide's technology, while the corporation was absconding. How could CBI let this happen? Why didn't CBI, when the CBI was told that they could go to the US, they could inspect the factory in the US, Institute West Virginia plant, and find out whether deliberately the Bhopal plant's design was defective?
Exactly. In fact, one of the issues that has been raised, as usual, sir, by activists as well as victims, is that the company, Union Carbide, had actually adopted dual safety standards for its plants in West Virginia, in the US and in India, and they wanted an inspection carried out at their West Virginia plant so this could be clearly established. And in fact, this particular court also issued a letter rogatory asking the CBI to seek permission to go there and carry out such an inspection. The permission was granted by the US, but of course that letter rogatory was never executed. That is another grouse the victims have against the CBI. Also, sir, this entire issue of the prime accused in this case, Warren Anderson, not being brought to India to face trial.
Yes, or Union Carbide Corporation, because the corporation itself was one of the accused. And what is for us, it is a betrayal by the government that for the last 18 years, the government has not taken the tiniest step to get the authorized representative of Union Carbide Corporation into this country to face trial. Against Warren Anderson, a very faint attempt was made in 2003, 11 years after a non-bailable arrest warrant was issued. And even that failed because that was so badly done. The application was so badly done. There were technical problems with it.
And so you're saying the government also was never serious about extraditing Anderson?
I think that the Prime Minister, irrespective of the political parties, successive Prime Ministers have been criminally negligent on this issue. They have not taken the tiniest step that they had to do to issue instructions to the CBI, to act like a proper prosecutor, to do its job well. No Prime Minister has ever asked the CBI to do it. In fact, we spoke to CBI officials like Mr. B.R. Lal, an IPS officer from Haryana cadre, who was in a senior position in CBI. And he said that he was actually in charge of the Bhopal case for 2 years, in 94 and 95, and he himself is personally aware that there would be instructions to the CBI to go soft against these corporate criminals.
And you certainly believe that the CBI is guilty of going soft on them?
I think CBI is definitely guilty. It has not produced the evidence it should have. It has not examined the witnesses that it should have, and it has not brought the arguments that it should have. It has not executed the summons. In 2005, January, the Chief Judicial Magistrate here issued summons to Dow Chemicals, because Dow Chemicals is the current owner of Union Carbide Corporation. In the summons, the Chief Judicial Magistrate said, why shouldn't Dow Chemical come to this court and answer why it won't present its subsidiary in the court here?
Tuba.com,